Wait, guys, wait first. Okay, can celebrate now. And then you get 50 guys celebrating. Okay. Welcome back to Yahoo Footballing Weekly, Part 2. Now, let's bring it back home. Let's go to Singapore, right? What's happening in Singapore, my friend? Good news.
Just about 2 hours before we are recording this podcast, came a breaking news from Football Association of Singapore, which says they are going to bring in VAR for the next season of the Singapore Premier League next year. VAR in Singapore, the third Southeast Asian country to bring in, the 11th Asian country to do so. So VAR, call your mothers, pull your children, keep your children in town. VAR is coming to Singapore.
Haizam, what do you think?
People who know me very well, know that I am an anti-VAR. I never like FAR.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, to each of their own, I mean, they want to bring VAR, hopefully it works. Who knows, it works in the SPL, why not? Then it can show that it can work with the right people running the show.
Yeah.
So that people who watch the EPL or even the European leagues will not be frustrated with VAR decisions.
Absolutely.
But if you were to ask me personally, VAR,
Well, just to add on to Han Keong's point, as you said, match officials in the Singapore Premier League will start using it. It's going to be trialed first, right, over a period of time, and then they're going to bring it in the next season.
Next season of SPL, which means about February or March. Right?
Okay. Two things about this. Firstly, I find the timing extraordinary. Where you've got all of the major elite leagues of Europe trying to get rid of VAR, right? Half of the English Premier League doesn't even want VAR. You've got Singapore Premier League bringing in VAR, right? Okay, fine. They got some funding from FIFA and they're going to top up. Great, new technology. I'm going to use the analogy, I don't know, it's like bringing in a window cleaner when the house is falling down.
Wow, that is...
Right? We need to get fans into the stadiums first. We need to have women's football using dressing rooms that are habitable for young women. We need good pitches. We need good infrastructure. We need, as I say, dressing rooms. We need to fill the stadiums out. We need to produce more talent. All of that, to me, are more pressing priorities than was this elbow hair offside or not. I think if we had tens of thousands of fans in every game, that would be a very happy problem to have, to work on the minutiae of football. But I do personally think we have slightly more important issues in the local game than working out whether this bit of elbow skin was offside or not. Yes, bring it in. Yes, trial it. But it's so far down the list of priorities for me. I'm not that excited about it. What do you think?
Well, for a person who has watched Singapore Premier League games for a long time, about 10 or 20 years, the standard of refereeing leaves a lot to be desired in the league games. Okay, some referees are good, but some it's inexplicable sometimes the decisions they make.
Right.
So I'm obviously skeptical about VAR, but I also think that it could very well lift the refereeing standards a bit. And the other thing which I saw on the comments from my story, how many cameras are they going to install for VAR?
Correct.
So that is the question. Because the minimum, from what I recall, the minimum number is about three cameras or 3 or 4 cameras max.
Which is expensive anyway.
Which is expensive, right? But you can go as many as 20 or 10 or more than about 20 cameras put in every small place, so you can detect all the camera angles better. So how well are they going to implement the VAR?
And how detailed? Yeah. I mean, 20, 30 cameras, no disrespect. You're going to have more cameras than fans at some of these games, right? I mean, geez, you just have one guy with the iPhone going, hey, offside, yes, no.
No, but here's the thing. If you look at it, like, is our stadium infrastructure ready for such VAR? The only place that I can think of is Jalan Besar. And, okay, this is the problem. Like what you said, you want to get fans come to the stadium, And I think we mentioned before, football is tribalism. I want to be able to relate. I do not want to be travelling. If I'm staying in Tampines, I have to travel to Jalan Besar to support my home team.
Yep.
Doesn't make sense because we grew up in football where, you know, Everton, Liverpool plays in Liverpool. You don't see Liverpool playing in London. You know?
Yep.
And you have this technology VAR trying to put in Jalan Besar. And Jalan Besar is the only modern stadium.
Yep.
How does that work? You know, VR,
After the sports hub, you mean? After
the sports hub.
yeah,
But then again, how does VR works? And I think it comes back to the point that priorities, like we got our priorities lopsided. We should be bringing fans in. We not should be bringing technology in, because at the end of the day, when you have fans coming in, you know, you pack the stadium, tens of thousands, you know, watching the game in Hougang Stadium, you know, in Bishan Stadium, then you know that organic growth is there.
Yeah.
Then you can start, okay, let's implement, you know, modern structures for stadiums so that then VR can come into place.
I agree. I mean, but look, by all means, we're not. Well, I am anti-VAR. I've written many columns saying I'm anti-VAR. But by all means, trial the technology. If we can improve the officiating, that's no bad thing. But the fundamental issue with VAR, which we all know remains, which is it disrupts the flow of the game, number one, and it takes away the spontaneous, natural instincts of a real supporter. You score, you celebrate. Now you score, you wait, and then you celebrate.
You look at the referee.
You're removing the spontaneity away from the game. The visceral, instinctive of football is being slowly diminished by VAR. And we don't even have the luxury of packed stadiums, being very blunt, week after week after week. So with the much smaller crowds that we have generally at our games, we run the risk of diluting that reduced atmosphere even more by, wait guys, wait first. Okay, can celebrate now. And then you get 50 guys celebrating. No, I think it's going to kill the game. Try it, okay, fine. It's not the biggest issue in our game.
I can visualize this.
Yep.
The old uncles at the stadium with the Singapore Post ticket. Hiya! Then all the vulgarities will come. I can visualize that happening. Like, you know, the referee say, oh, okay, is it the goal is given? Like,
I'd just like to say the Yahoo Footballing Weekly does not condone gambling in any way, unless, of course, one of the gambling operators would like to sponsor our podcast. And then we'll happily take your money.
Singapore Bulls?
Yeah. But go on. You're going to say.
No,
I was going to say, all right, VAR aside, there is some good news, Singapore related to VAR.
VAR. So Singapore will have a presence at the Doha World Cup, Qatar World Cup, I should say. So one of our referees, Taki Jahari, he's been chosen to go to represent, to be one of the VAR referees at the World Cup. So, well, there's a Singaporean. He's the fifth referee in Singapore's history to go to officiate at the World Cup.
So according to your rants that we have on our show every week, where you must support everything Singaporean, right? Does that mean at the World Cup games where we know he's officiating and it goes to VAR, we've all got to start cheering in front of the TV? Taki. And if he disallows the goal, we're the only people in the world who cheer. Hey, go Taki!
But in all seriousness, congratulations to Taki. I mean, if you read his story, there's a feature story in the mainstream media. I think his lifelong ambition was to be a referee.
Yeah.
So he started at 16 years old, did his first league game at 19 years old, and then slowly made his way up, and then did all the regional tournaments, and finally he was deemed good enough to be chosen to be a VAR referee. So full credit to him.
Fantastic story.
Yeah.
Fantastic Singapore
story.
Bolle. And he's a young guy, right? About 36, I think.
36 only, so.
Fantastic story. Congratulations. We wish you all the best.
A bit of story of me. I used to want to be a football referee. But, look at my size. I can't pass the fitness test.
I actually went one time for the first class in the UK when I was a teenager to be a referee. And then I discovered alcohol.
There you go.
And that was the end of that. But no, we wish you well. We're all proud of you. Fly the flag for Singapore, my friend. Please get all the decisions right if you can, because we don't want to make headlines for the wrong reasons. But good luck. Congratulations. We wish you well. Right, let's wrap things up. English Premier League preview. Who's playing who? Big games.
So there's some weekend. There's some weekday games, midweek games, which we won't be able to know the results, even if this one comes out after the weekday games. So a big game will be like Chelsea versus
Man United.
That is the big game for me.
Yeah,
Chelsea and Manchester United, right?
Yeah, so
that's this weekend.
Right? This weekend.
Yeah.
The midweek they're playing. Chelsea was playing Newcastle.
We don't care.
Oh, no, right. Okay. So
Chelsea Man U is a big one for me for both teams. Let's do Man U first. Man U is in this strange period of transition that it's kind of slipped below the radar because we're focused on Liverpool and City and Arsenal. But if you watch, I saw quite a lot of their game at the weekend. It was terrible, the 0-0 draw. But they didn't look, Manchester United didn't look any different under Ten Hag, frankly speaking, than he did under Solskjaer. It's still quite frenetic in the early exchanges, and then it kind of sags and it falls back. And if they play any team that has that low block defence, very stubborn defence, they have no answers. They have no way of getting around it. And then it becomes long balls, looking for penalties. If you watch the second half of that game, it was just, it was constant penalty appeals, Ronaldo going over. They ran out of ideas so quickly. I didn't honestly see that much difference, frankly, than under the days of Solskjaer.
I think they're a mid-table team right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, maybe slightly above mid-table, but still, I think that's. I think if they accept where they are, I think they can maybe Eric Ten Hag can start to find out what thing is missing. Maybe January did do a bit more tweaks there.
Yeah.
But I think from their defeat against Man City, 6-3 defeat, you can see that everywhere they need something. Yeah. I mean, against lower table or mid-table teams, I think they can still manage.
Yeah.
But if they are facing Man City or even Chelsea, I don't think they can beat Chelsea.
I think it's a transition period that United fans have kind of still not accept. With the changes in manager, and then Ten Hag is trying his very best to stamp his authority and his style of play. I think for United fans, just have to temper the expectations. Give him time, get him, I think with Anthony, Scholes saying Anthony one trick pony. He's scoring 3 goals already. Yeah. So it's a good buy from Ten Hag. Yeah. So I think have to give Ten Hag that opportunity to stamp his authority. Yep. Bring the players that will fit his style.
Yeah. Just look at Arteta.
Look at Arteta. Look at Pep. Don't be too harsh in that sense that things are not working. Things are not working. And then start all over again. Talking about Glazers are not.
Don't be like Chelsea.
It's really tiring to be that club where to become the club that you talk about others. Sacking managers. Not having a philosophy, not having an idea. But I think United fans have to temper the expectations first and foremost, most important part.
So temper the expectations, stay grounded, build your philosophy, and if you keep working hard, you might get as good as West Ham. Now, maybe. It's a long shot. It's a long shot. But I've been very impressed with Chelsea under Graham Potter. Very well. And Kepa, the goalkeeper, has been extraordinary. Now, a year ago, that bloke was a clown. He was considered to be like Frank Lampard's Folly. He was, I think he inherited him, didn't he? He brought the other guy in, Mendy, who was fantastic for a while.
And now it's the other way around.
And now it's completely reversed. I saw the saves that Kepa made. They were absolutely against Villa. Yeah. Villa had about 11 or 12 shots to Chelsea's 4. But Kepa was unbeatable. So he's worked wonders with him. Mason Mount is looking good again. They look very solid. And I'm pleased with Graham Potter. It's very unusual for a young English manager, young-ish English manager, to get that kind of job. Well, if you didn't play for England.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's a good start. But this Man U match will probably be one of his biggest shares. I just remembered Chelsea is not facing Newcastle, it's facing Spurs. Okay. Chelsea versus Spurs in midweek. So these 2 matches, 2 in a row, is a big test for Potter. I hope he does well. And if he doesn't, please have that patience, that bloody US owner of Chelsea. I think it's a good thing. You can see that it's already doing wonders to Kepa, reviving Mason Mount. A bit ashamed about Reece James now. He's pretty out for. I mean, until the World Cup. Yeah. But I think I would think that Potter would be able to replace Reece James with some good tactics, good players, and then they should be good.
There you go. Yeah. So what do you think? Will Potter and his changing room of secrets? Did you see what I did there? that was good. That was really quick. Will Potter and his changing room of secrets inspire them to the top 3, top 4? Is Manchester United the new West Ham? Is Singapore going to do us proud at the World Cup in the VAR studios?
How do we get rid of VAR?
Yeah, how do we get rid of VAR? More importantly,
Whether you're team VAR or anti-VAR.
in the Singapore Premier League, before we even have it, let us know. Send all of your comments to YouTube or me or Han Keong and
Yahoo Southeast Asia and YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo _MY in Twitter, and Yahoo SEA in TikTok. Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Haizam, for joining us this
Thank you,
week.
man. Thank you for having me again, man. Appreciate it.
Always good to have you.
Wow. See, if only we had this generosity of spirit between Manchester City and
friends.
Liverpool
We're friends,
at
man.
Anfield.
Always.
1-0 defeat, but that's it's still better.
They're going to start
They're
bloody.
still going to win the league.
They're going to start bloody singing in a minute. We are the world or something.
They're still
So-
going to win the league, but they'll never win at Anfield.
Yeah. All right, that's enough of them lot. Let's talk about a real team. Enjoy West Ham this weekend and all the other games that are on, and we'll see
Liverpool
you here.
going to beat West Ham in midweek. But never mind. Okay.
Oh, yes, West Ham. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, don't
Oh,
put
back
me
to
in a bad mood. Wrap it up. All right, thanks very much, guys. We'll see you all next week. Don't forget to follow your fellow Singaporean at the World Cup. Singapore Bolle. Thank you.
Okay.